Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Bartholomew again. Now I'm going to show you, once you're logged into Google Drive, how to create a Google Slides, share it to your teacher, name it, add all the photos and everything that you need for your IR book. So to log in, remember that for 7th grade it's 20, first initial, last name, at wrsd.org, and your Google password is WR, your initials, and your 4 digits. And then you'll be on this screen. You hit either new or create. My button says new, yours may say create. And then new Google Slides. That opens in a new window. And right now my presentation is untitled. And it's going to pop up and ask me for a design type. So pick one that is easy to read, and if you decide you want to change it later, you can. So I'll pick steps. Okay. And maybe it would be good if it fit with the theme of your book too. Okay, so it's untitled, so we should name it first. You'll name it last name, your class color, blue, gray, or white, and IR book. And then press OK. And then you need to share it to your teacher by hitting the blue share button over here on the right hand side. Mrs. Rohrbach is r.rohrbach at wrsd.org, and Miss McCormack is mmccormack, mmccormack at wrsd.org, and then you'll say send and done. Now I need to put in the things that are required for each slide. So my title slide is supposed to have the title, the author, and the book cover. So title of the book and author goes here. Now we also need a picture. So under insert, you can do image. There's two ways to get the images of a book. I can do it by URL, or I can do it by search. There are other ways, and if you know how to do them, you're welcome to, but I'm going to show you how to do these two. So if I were doing it by URL, I could open in another tab and say, If I Stay, for example, as a book. I can find the picture I want under Images, click the cover, and then right here, click View Image. And then this URL, this address up here is what I need. So when I click, it highlights the whole thing. Control-C to copy, or Alt right-click on a Chromebook to copy. And then I go back to this tab and I paste it. Control-V to paste, or Alt right-click paste. And then I select. And that will insert the picture as the whole slide, and I can use the blue corners to resize it to the way I want. And then I can click it and drag it to move it. These red lines are showing me how to line it up with other things, so that's in between the title and the author, and it will show me where the middle is and things like that. So just to help you line it up and make it look nice. And then this little circle above will rotate it if you want to make it a little stylish. Okay, so there's my first one, and then this plus, or the little drop down next to it, will make a new slide. On the next slide, I need to talk about theme. So a book about loss. And then I type my information here. And I need to make sure that I cover the things from the graphic organizer, so I need to give support on that. And it's most important that I put that information in there, and not as important that I have a picture. But if I wanted to insert a picture, the other way to do it is insert image, and then just go directly to search, and I can type in the word that I want to search, and it will search Google Images for me. And normally, you would, if you were doing a professional presentation, you would need to cite the photos that you used and give credit to the authors of the photos. But because we're doing this for educational purposes, the copyright laws are a little bit different for us. So these are all kind of silly pictures for what I wanted. So I'm just going to put car. Just put a random picture in here. There. Has nothing to do with my book. I just want to show you how to put in a picture. And then again, it brings it up as the full size, and I have to resize it the way I want, move it where I want. Those red lines are appearing to show me how it's lining up. And then if I decided I didn't want something, I don't want this, I use backspace or delete when it's selected like that. And same thing here, select that and then delete. Okay, so I have this selected and I hit delete. And then if I needed to add something back, I can do insert again, or I can use these. This is insert text box, insert image, insert shape. So text box, and then I draw what I want, and then I can start typing. When you do that, the text is automatically black. If that's too hard to read, make sure that you highlight it and use this to change the color, so that it's easier to read when you present. Also notice that you can change the font and you can change the size. You can also make things bold and italic. And if you want to see what your finished product looks like so far, then you make sure you're on the first slide over here, and then you do present. And you can see what it looks like, and then hit escape to go back to normal. Also down here, there's click to add notes, and that's where if you wanted to add in information so that when you were talking you could present with it. Otherwise, you'll just keep hitting plus to add new slides, and then you will go through your theme, setting, main characters, plot, and that includes conflict, complications, and resolution, your favorite part, and facts about the author. A good website to find information on the majority of authors is goodreads.com. That's where I found information on Katherine Applegate. And let's see, Gail Forman wrote If I Stay for my example here. So if I, instead of clicking on the book, I can click on the name, and then it will give me a little biography on the author. So then I can take out my 2 little facts that I want to use and put them into my presentation. That's it. Please let me know if you have any questions.